Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Jigsaw. Now before we get into it here, let's first take a look-see at both the front and the back of the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, Jigsaw does come with a shooty bang bang, because unlike Warner Bros., Disney don't play no games. That said, this is of course a double barrel shotgun, and for his shooty bang bang, he does come with two of these little pew pew effects, which you can plug into the end here, like so. That said, trying to get two of these in here is a little bit difficult. Might need to actually cut a little bit of this away to actually get them both in there pointing straight, but a little finagling you can get her done. That said, you also get two of these little smoke effects as if the gun just fired, and those also can plug into the end here like so. It does come with two different ones. The pew pew effects are the same, these are actually different, so that's pretty cool. I do have to give him props for that. That said, he also comes with a Danny Trejo, and shout out to Anthony's Customs, who was the first one to make that joke. I don't know, I thought it was funny. But of course, it is a machete, which he can, I don't know, chop someone into pieces with. Does Jigsaw do that? Let me know, Altenda, you would know. That said, it's a pretty cool piece. I'm probably going to give this to someone like Craven, though, because I think Jigsaw is better off with some good old-fashioned firearms, since he is a gangster after all. That said, he also comes with the same baseball bat as the retro card Hammerhead, so that is pretty cool. That said, though, I'm probably going to just display him with the shotgun and leave it at that, because my Hammerhead, I swapped his baseball bat out for a good old-fashioned Tommy gun, and as far as these mobster types go in the Marvel Legends line, I think that's the best way to go with them. To each their own, but I like my the mobsters packing. So, taking a closer look at Jigsaw here, I gotta tell you, I didn't have very high expectations for this figure. Wow, that's dark. The white balance is going to be off in this video, I apologize, but I didn't have very high expectations for this figure, mostly because the suited figures in the Legends line tend to be quite lackluster, but I can say with a lot of confidence here that this guy exceeded all my expectations. I actually really like this figure. I think he came out pretty good. That said, as far as articulation goes, his ugly mug, and I mean, it is an ugly mug. Look at that face. Holy cow. Looks like he got hit by a truck. Can look up, can look down, as much as his little neck brace will allow, anyways. He does have a little bit of tilt side to side, and of course he can look side to side. He's got the scar on the back too. It's quite nice. You can see that. It's kind of difficult. I switched it to the black backdrop because he has a white suit. I figured that would be throwing off the white balance enough, so I'm going to try and keep up on that, but if, again, anything happens, I apologize. That said, his shoulders can go out about that far, pretty much 90 degrees. I think that's good enough. You can go back down, rotate all the way around. He's got a bicep swivel, and it appears to have pinless elbows. And his biceps are not gummy like some figures. Agony. So, that's nice. Or that retro Spidey I looked at last week. That said, he's got a double elbow, of course. That's not too bad. Too bad at all. He also has a swivel and hinge in the wrist. The appropriate hinges, I might add, so you're welcome. I complain about that on a daily basis, so it's nice to see them listening, probably to somebody with way more subs than me, but I like to think that maybe one of those guys watches my videos. That said, you can pop the hands out and give them fists if you want. I'd say that's the only thing missing from this package is some fists and maybe another gun. I would have gladly taken another gun over the blunt weapons, but hey, I'm not gonna say no to more blunt weapons either. He does have an ab crunch, but it's very limited. Can't really do much with it. It is what it is. He's got a waist swivel, kind of loose, but not terrible. His jacket here is all one piece. There's no layers to it, so it feels a little less primo than it could be. I do believe the hammerhead, his tie was a separate piece, and then his coat was a separate piece, and then his shirt was a separate piece, but don't quote me on that. He can kick forward, though, far enough. He can kick back a little bit. He can't do the splits, but it's Jigsaw. I don't imagine him doing the splits. He's got a thigh cut. Knees, I can't tell if they're pinned or not. I think they are, but they're not that gummy. So it can be done, Hasbro. Especially within the same freaking line. Get a double out of that. That's about as far as it's going to go. Top knees are loose. This side's not so bad. This side's actually really tight. Yeah, this side's actually pretty tight. This top knee on mine over here, well, it's loose-ish, but it's not flopping all over the place. He does have ball hinge feet, though, so you can rotate them side to side. You can hinge back pretty darn far. Can this one do that? I guess so. I don't remember him being able to do that. Then he's got the loafers, which could be a little bigger. I think they're a little small, and it makes them tricky to stand. But you do get a rocker out of that, and he's got pickles at the bottom of the feet. But yeah, these figures in the suits are a little tricky to stand. And by the way, shouldn't Jigsaw be on a slightly larger body? I feel like he's a little bit more jacked than this, but again, my buddy I'll tend to probably know more about that than I would. Shout out to him, the biggest Punisher fan I know. But yeah, man, really solid figure. I dig him. He could have benefited from a bulkier body, maybe. Thinking back to the Toy Biz one, which was pretty jacked, but I don't know if that's accurate. But I wouldn't mind seeing someone customize this guy onto that Hammerhead or Happy Hogan, whichever body it was first. I think that would be kind of neat. But at any rate, we are going to compare him to that Hammerhead, because I do have him sitting right here, as well as one of my favorite Punisher figures. So with that being said, before this drags out longer than it needs to, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is Jigsaw alongside the Hammerhead I previously mentioned, which is on the, I think Happy Hogan came first, right? Either way, this is Hammerhead from the Spider-Man Retro Series. Took a look at him about a month ago for Spider-Man Week, as well as my favorite Punisher figure, the Walgreens exclusive Jim Lee 90s style Punisher, if I'm not mistaken. And can I just say RIP to all my local Walgreenses who stopped kicking all the butt and just started sucking as far as having a decent selection of figures go. I mean, I used to be able to find displays of these exclusives, and now I'd be lucky to find a couple sitting on the shelf. My most local one is probably the worst offender, because they used to really get the exclusives, and now they're just a pharmacy that has Pokemon cards and some odds and ends, and that's just no good to me. I mean, to each their own with the Pokemon cards, but that's not doing squat for your boy here. But either way, we're not talking about all that. But as you can see, Punisher and Jigsaw are about neck and neck as far as height goes, so if you wanted to pop this head onto this figure or the retro card Punisher, you probably could. I know there was a variant back in the Toy Biz days, or better yet, if you wanted to put him on a slightly bulkier body, which I think he could benefit from, you could also do that head swap with that Hammerhead over there. Maybe paint the suit white, because I think whenever he's in a suit, it is a white suit, so you have to work with that. I know white's kind of a pain in the nuts to paint, so best of luck to anyone willing to attempt that. I certainly won't be doing that anytime soon, but yeah, I do quite like Jigsaw alongside other characters that go well with him. And last, but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythical Legions for the Mandibulus. Living Spawn, as usual, towers over everyone, and Jigsaw better watch out, because good old Al Simmons sure as heck don't like no mobsters up in his alley. So with that being said, time to wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I am still skeptical on whether or not good old Jigsaw here should have been on the same body as Hammerhead, who we took a look at for Spider-Man Week way back last month, I do still really like this figure, considering the fact that the suited figures in the Marvel Legends line don't tend to be the strongest releases. I am fully confident in saying that this guy is a contender for one of my top 10 favorite Legends of the year. That said though, there aren't a whole lot of Legends who have blown me away or exceeded expectations, so that's not really saying much, but I can say once again with even more confidence that Jigsaw here definitely exceeded all expectations. I thought he was just going to be Repaint City, not a whole lot going on, but that head sculpt along with all of his awesome accessories make him a worthy piece to have, at least in my collection. Yours may differ, but I like me some streetwise Marvel villains, and this guy is definitely no exception. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you're so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. If you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is, especially when your Walgreens used to be awesome like mine, and now it's just a crappy little pharmacy. I mean, they are technically a drugstore, but I went there for toys more often than not. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.